Well, the Trailblazer is back. I finally got the parts for the rear control arms. Did not come with the Now, trying to find bushings, at least for me, at an auto parts store was impossible. I don't know. I don't know why. I'm not going to get into that. But finding them online was also just as impossible. If people had them, they didn't have the whole set. And they were, what they did have available was expensive. Twice as expensive as they should be. As a matter of fact, twice as expensive as Max Peeting Rods again, and my code 15% off at Max Peeting Rods still works. That's pretty cool. It's been a few months, so I saved a little discount on my own parts. But first, what I did seemed like the only place to find the bushings was actually at energysuspension.com, or I think it's Prothane.com. And then what's funny about that is if you go to those websites, they look exactly the same. It's like the only thing they changed was just the words Prothane instead of energy. It's really interesting. So I think regardless of which website you're ordering them from, they're going to come from the same spot. But they did have a kit available for the Trailblazer, right? But it said I wanted black ones, and it said 5 to 8 weeks. But in a week's time, I got the whole kit in red. So I was like, whatever. But like that same day they showed up is when I was on maxpeetingrods.com, and I've seen these in stock. You get all 4 arms, left and right, short and long. They were just over $100 for all 4 arms, as you see here. And then, which was about the same price as these. These were like 114, and I think these were 107. Like, okay, whatever. So I had a little light bulb go off. I thought, well, instead of trying to return those red bushings, I like red bushings, and because I just found those arms, so cheap down there, maybe I'll order me a second set. And I did. So now I've got a set of arms that I can pop in polyurethane bushings instead of the rubber ones to use for my truck out there. And depending, I'll have to do some research, because I've been wanting to 4-link it, right? And doing it this way, it makes these parts readily available, right? You can, if they break or the bushings give out, then you can just order them from, this year, make, and model, an 06 Trailblazer, for example, in this case. But yeah, I don't think that's a bad idea for the price, especially having them made. And if you wanted to run the rubber, then, $100, you've got a whole set of 4 arms that you can fabricate into your whatever rear end you got. Also, like I said, I might have to do some research, but I wonder if I might just try one of these rear ends out of a Trailblazer, since it's set up for coil springs as well. I don't know, that might make it easier to adapt to like coil over suspension. I'm not sure. And I wouldn't run this type of panhard bar either that runs all the way across. I want to do one of those like swivel divils in the middle with one arm this way and one arm from the tire going this way. There's like a swiveling action going on as it goes up and down. That's what I'd like to run. Okay, but this is what we're replacing under the back end here. You got this arm that runs to the front, starts at this bolt, right? It's these bushings in here that are bad. And it runs all the way to the front. That's a short one on top, and they're like kind of stamped. They look just like this. I didn't realize till I found them on the Max Peeting Rods website that these weren't even round. steel bar. And then that's the only thing that kind of made me hesitate too in buying them and using them, because they're not just round steel bar. But so you know what I can do, I'll have an extra set. I'll still essentially have 2 sets. I can just use all 4 of the bigger guys. So I'll have her older set that I'll need to clean up and repaint, and then get the bushings out. And then I'll have this newer set. I'll just have to get the bushings out. And then the 2 long ones from each set is what I will use in the black pickup, because I have the kit there and all the bushings are the same size. It doesn't really matter what arm they go into. So I have it supported by the frame, and then I've got the axle supported as well, kind of separately. Oh shit, and someone's here. Alright, I'm starting on the passenger side with the top bar, and these are both 21. I'm gonna see if I can just zip them out of here without crushing my hand. I'm gonna remove this bolt just so it doesn't get hung up. What is that, not a 10? Okay, it's a 10. What am I doing wrong? Nothing. So this bolt actually has a captured nut. That's what this piece of metal is right here in the back. It's a nut that's hooked into place, you know, semi-permanently. Now if you had a 21 mil ratcheting wrench, that'd be the one. That would be the one. Nope. Fine. Owie. Okay. I'm gonna be able to work with that. Oh, there's metal back here. But that did help. And now we just need to pay attention. Both rear arms are the same, but we just need to pay attention to the orientation, because these ends, if you look, they're someone's bumping some stuff. There we go. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Whew. We're good. Look at that. This is going right into place. Oh, that's nice. That is such a good sign. Alright, just gotta zip those into place. Okay, now onto this lower one. Oh gosh. Oh, I just stepped on my own toe. Oh, time out. Okay, back in the game, guys. That hurt a little bit. Stepped on my own bad toe. The trick is to do this without sending this swivelly joint flying into your face. Whoa, crazy. have the jack stand in the way. Don't do what I did. Car is supported, so maybe I can just... Nope. Just enough. Look what else I noticed too. Sway bar links are shot. They got play in the ball joints. Get the front slid in first. Yep, I'm putting that bolt in backwards. Oh shit. Well, that's a bummer. These must be for the EXT or whatever, the long one. This is obviously the short one. They didn't specify that, and I didn't even think about it. I didn't realize they would be longer. That's crazy. Sucky. So, I may see if these pop out, and then I can just push them in place. These guys. Okay, so these are actually doper than I thought. These are two-piece polyurethane bushing. I thought it was just rubber that they popped in there, but nope, not the case. So this is what I'm gonna end up getting 4 of these, and I can go, now I have the choice of going either black or red. I just gotta swap over the black polyurethane ones out of one set and put them in her old ones after I press out, because there's definitely a metal sleeve there that I should be able to press out. Alright, got those pressed out of the other, the spare set of the short ones. Look what I noticed though. How does one get longer than the other ones? I don't know, they grabbed from the wrong pile, I guess, when they were shoving these together. But I've got another one from the other spare set of long ones, so no big deal there. Boom. And now I just got to get these old ones pressed out, and that leaves me these here. I get 4 long ones, and I have the choice now of black or red. I'm not worried about this one piece being long because these have a bunch of those gold zinc plated ones. So, and a ton of lube. And then those will just be spare pieces for something. Don't know. But let's get those old bushings pressed out. See how hard that's gonna be. Well, there's one pressed out. One done. I just gotta get in here, wait till it's warm, cool enough to touch. I'll get in there with some Scotch-Brite and make sure it's nice and smooth. But yeah, you know, you ever start pressing these things and it's like not going and then pop, scares the shit out of you and pieces go flying everywhere. Well, that's what happened. So I put a little heat on it, and then it didn't do that on the other side. And then the rest of, after that first pop, you know, I put some heat on it, and then it just kind of pushed right out. And I got some pieces there that are still smoking hot. That's what I used to press, and then that's what I used to push it into. Alright, so we had to scratch the whole plan all together because it's all wrong. It's all wrong. Okay, first of all, on top of them being too long, right? Oh, no big deal, we'll swap out bushings. Nope, bushing diameters are different sizes. So, even the top arms too. Here's the old top arm, here's the brand new top arm. They came with black, these are red. And then clearly, you know, you can get that one in there, and you can get that one in there. But it's definitely not going in there. It's like almost the whole diameter of the tubing. So this first kit I ordered, it says it was for the Chevy Trailblazer. Neither did it specify like EXT or, you know, any other kind of submodel, I believe. Not that I noticed anyway. Chevy Trailblazer 02 to 07. I'm not sure. Maybe I didn't pay attention. Now, max peating rods, they did list length, right? And it did say Trailblazer, but I think I was just so excited I clicked, yeah, those must be the ones. So I clicked on them and ordered them up. But essentially, I can't use any of it. I could use the top arms, as you see over here. Did we get it out yet? No? Yeah, here's a brand new top arm from Max Peating Rods with the smaller diameter bushing, and it bolted in fine. And I could use those, but the bottoms, I have to go with the old bars, which means I have to go with the red bushings. And then you're running 2 different diameters from, you know, who knows what these are from now. I have no idea. You know, they must be from obviously something similar. They're very close. I don't know if the EXT has longer bottom ones, and why they would be different diameters though is a whole nother question. So we're kind of back to square one here. Just we're reusing old ones with red bushings, and I've got 2 sets of new ones that well, I still get to use these 4 long ones, and I'll have to cut this one center piece that they sent was too long, so I'll have to cut this, but I mean, I can still use those in my pickup truck. Yeah. So we've got the top bars swapped back out again. We got that going the right way, buddy?
Yeah.
So she's gonna slide that in. We got the bottom one sitting in place. Yeah, this one's a little tight because of that captured nut. It has that extra thin piece of metal. Go ahead and keep pushing it in.
If I can do it above it.
Yeah, that works. A little less there. Rock this forward. Hang on. Yeah. Tell me when to stop.
Okay. Oh. Hold on.
Does it look like it's moving?
Go. Yeah, right there. That was perfect.
And we're gonna wait till it's all the way on the ground again before we really tighten these nuts down. Actually, these are polyurethane, so never mind. We can send these. We can send them right now because they'll twist in place. These aren't vulcanized in place. So this side's done. We just got to hook up these little 10 mils again. We'll slide this back on for the second time.
And technically, the axle is on now.
Well, it's on the jack stands, but
It has the car.
there's a little bit of weight taken off of it. Like one, yeah, from the axle, from these jacks, right? Yeah. Tiny bit, but really, it's still very much loaded. Okay, I got AJ pushing in the last 4, using up all my red bushings I had. Was so stoked I was gonna get to use. It's oh well, it's no big deal.
We can get more bushings.
Well, I have no idea, because I have no idea what these are for. You know what I mean? Different diameters, different lengths, so I'm just gonna rock the black ones. They're the same thing. I don't think they're as hard as the Energy, but they are definitely, you know, polyurethane still.
These ones were easier to push in than these ones are too.
Yeah.
On these bars.
Yeah, and that could be due to any number of things, just clearance differences, you know. These were assembled together to fit each other perfectly. They were designed together to be put together. Those were designed apart from the car to be put into stock applications. Well, it's just when you're dealing with, you know, someone else's work and you're not always sure of, you know, their tolerances, trying to make something like that will always fit, you know, every time with no problems is hard to do, because you're always going to get returns, you know, back at the store. This doesn't fit right, it's too universal, or why do I have 2 gaskets in my transmission filter kit, or but you got this bottom bars in both sides and everything. I did have to loosen it up, actually, so live and learn, right? I don't know. This is actually my first time dealing with a 4-link setup on a straight axle, or even you wouldn't have 4-link on independent, right? But you know, you live and learn. And so I actually had to come back over here because I was like, oh, you can just send it. But no, once I loosened these back up, then I could get that bottom bar in, because I couldn't get it in at first. Passenger side was all tight, and I'm trying to tilt the axle to get the bolts to line up.
Very dangerous.
And obviously, you can't tilt it if that other side's bolted solid. Well, just wait till it's on the ground, just like you should traditionally. Boy, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes I think I might just be a genius. I mean, that's how you get it done. So these are all stamped the same as one piece. You know, there's no left or right. So one side, the hole's gonna be up, and one side the hole's gonna be down. It's like a drain hole right here. So behind the plastic, but in front of the metal. And I have been using the jack either in front of the third member or in the back end of the third member to get it tilt this way and that way. And again, like I said before, even though they're polyurethane, wait till you get all the bolts in before you tighten anything.
It's better that
And
way.
these are, this one's side's bad too. So I do have some end links coming, and we'll go ahead and swap those out real quick too. All right.
There we go.
Top ones are in. AJ just put in that brake line bolt. That's perfect. Those fender bolts are in. Everything's tightened. It's sitting on the center piece. Now it's time to throw some tires on. Put it on the ground. But this is basically what I got. I bought these 2 sets for nothing. I can't use them on her car at all. But these 4 longer ones, I do plan on using on my pickup. A little custom 4-link setup. At least there's that.
Close.
And for the price and having polyurethane bushings in them too, I think it's still it's not a terrible buy. It's not a terrible buy. This should allow her to get a 4-wheel alignment. We'll get those sway bar links, and with all the work we just did to the front, she can go get her alignment done and should be good for a little while. But that's gonna do it. I appreciate you guys hanging in there, seeing how it's done, going through all my BS with all these other arms here on the ground. That was a terrible impulse. All I can say is it's that 06 Chevy Trailblazer, or a year range of that Trailblazer. I don't know. Should have read deeper. Took some measurements. I didn't have her car, to be able to take measurements. So even if I wanted to. But yeah, it is what it is. I've got some spare parts. She's got everything she needs. So that's gonna be it for us, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.